What's up, YouTube? The Average Gamer Shawn here, and I'm bringing you another Power Rangers Dino Charge. This is episode 8, I believe. Okay, this is the 8th episode, and they're already about to go on hiatus. I just like they really just clicked with me. They're about to go on a hiatus for however long they're going to go on and on. So this is gonna be the last episode for a while, because we all know how these Power Rangers hiatuses are. I don't know why they're so long, and why we just can't get. Anyways. Let's get right to the nitty gritty of this. I'm not going to do like a full episode scene by scene like I normally do. But the episode started off with the villains, Sledge, Fury, and Poisandra. They're talking. Pretty much Sledge is saying, "You did such a good job last time, Poisandra. I'm going to give you another try at this." Fury is like, "That's not a good idea. It was just a fluke, yada yada yada." So Poisandra gets the help of Wrench and Kiri. They get a monster that has the ability to clone like the Vivix into whatever they want, which leads into our next scene with the Rangers with the gold Dino Charger and the E-Tracer, and they're looking for the Tricerazord and the gold Inner Gem. While they're doing that, Tyler's taking notes in his journal, yada yada yada. The main thing to get out of this scene is he was trying to hit on my bae, talking about Shelby's all nice and smart and she's cute too. Like, just back up off my woman, nigga. Back off, homie. So that happens while they're doing that. Coda, he senses monsters in the air, so they're like, okay, we need to protect the E-Tracer. This thing is valuable, it's replaceable, even though they made it in like 10 minutes. So Tyler takes it back to his Jeep, and while he's doing that, the Rangers morphed, follow him. They jump in, they're driving. Tyler's all like, "Oh, did we morph and stuff?" And a few minutes later, a few minutes for them, he's like, "Okay, we're out of trouble, you guys can demorph." And then while they're doing that, the car breaks down. He looks, and that's when he gets a call from Shelby like, "Oh, you left us, you think you're funny, yada yada yada." And that's when he realizes, oh, these are clone Rangers. So while he's looking, 2 of them are still morphed, while the other 2 are back in their Vivix form, and the other 2 turn back into their Vivix form. And then Poisandra and her monster, they come and attack Tyler, knocks him out. So the Rangers go back to the command center to look for him. They're about to split up, but no. Keeper's like, "Don't do that, just go look for Tyler, we'll worry about him." No, go look for the monsters and the E-Tracers, and we'll worry about finding Tyler. Right. So that happens. Tyler wakes up. He summons the Dino Cycle. He morphs, goes to the city. The Rangers are already in the city. They're looking for the E-Tracer. That's when they meet up with the Clone Rangers and they fight them. Chase has the smart idea to put flowers in their belt to tell them apart from the Clone Rangers, which was a callback from early in the episode, because while they were in the park, he was all doing that she loves me not thing with the flowers. So that was a nice little callback, and it was a nice little scene, a nice way to blend in the Japanese footage into the American footage, because I remember, like, as soon as I saw that scene, it reminded me, oh, I remember this episode of Yugioh. Yeah, this is Yugioh. Is it Yugioh? It is Yugioh. I'm looking at my got a revolver up there. But anyways, while they're fighting the clones and stuff and the monster, Tyler gets into a one-on-one fight with Fury. Demorphed because Fury knocked him out of his morph state. So they're fighting one-on-one, and then Fury lets it be known like, "Oh, I thought you were familiar. I think I killed your father." We didn't say killed your father. I remember your father. And so Tyler starts getting like real mad, starts beating up Fury like, "What'd you do with my father? What'd you do with my father?" And right when Fury's like, "Your dad is," and then he gets a call from the other Rangers like, "Tyler, we need your help. We need to use the Dino Spike to beat this monster." So he gets distracted. Fury takes advantage of that, and as soon as Fury's about to cut Tyler in half, this gold energy was starting to come out of him, like this gold blob mass. So spoilers starts now. In the Japanese version, Fury is like this armor from feudal Japan era, and it's like an evil spirited armor, and it takes control of a person, and the last person it's in control of just happened to be the Sixth Ranger, the Gold Ranger. So it looks like it's going to be somewhat similar in the American version, that Fury is Fury is taking over the Gold Ranger, but I don't know how they're going to do it, since, like I said, Fury was an armor in the other episodes, so I don't know how they're going to do it this time, but pretty much Fury is the Gold Ranger. So for all you people who left for the spoilers, I should have had like an annotation say come back at this time. So yeah, Tyler gets away, he goes to help the other Rangers. Dino Spike destroys the monster the first time, make the monster grow. The monster grows. While he does that, the Viveks come together to make a big Viveks, and then the cloning monster turns the big Viveks into a giant copy of Fury. Fury is infuriated. Yeah, that's the line they used. So they use Dino Charger number 17, which is pretty much poison gas, aka Dino Fart, to counteract and destroy the villains of the week. After that, we get this other scene with the villains trying to figure out how to use the E-Tracer. Well, they figured out how to use the E-Tracer earlier in the episode. Now they know where the location is. Fury comes and steals the machines from Poisandra Wrench and Curie. Takes it. The Rangers see it. They let Chase take the shot to destroy the machine, and it destroys the machine, but it doesn't destroy the gold energem. So Fury is now knows the location of the Tricerazord and has the gold energem. I mean the gold Dino Charger. So Fury has a lot of power right now. After that, we get our last scene of the Rangers in the command center. Tyler explains to the Rangers what they saw, or what he saw when he was fighting Fury. And they were talking about like, oh, with our teamwork, we can beat them because right now the enemies are divided and we're united. That's legit what they said. And then while Fury and Tyler were fighting early in the episode, he lost his little armband thing. For somehow, some way, by the graces of God, Shelby finds it to have this little cute romantic moment with Tyler. Like, well, I found your bracelet. And they're all looking lovey-dovey and stuff, so I'm gonna have to kill Tyler because he's messing with my bae. But anyways, this episode of Dino Charger was actually really, really good. The only real thing that I did not like about this episode was they had to make the fart joke. If they didn't make the fart joke and kept everything on that serious tone that they had, it would have been like a great episode. But that fart joke really just But other than that, another great episode of Dino Charge. Like I said earlier, they're about to go on hiatus for however long this Power Rangers hiatus is going to be. One thing I really liking about this season is Fury himself, because he's like the most fleshed out villain that we've had in a few seasons of this show. Like, he reminds me of a mix between Goldar and Vector from In Space. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys, but that's what he reminds me of. But with all that being said, if you've enjoyed today's episode of Dino Charge, well, that episode, look, you know what I'm trying to say. If you've enjoyed this episode of my review and episode of Dino Charge, leave a like and comment down below. If you didn't like it, let me know why you didn't like this episode, and we can talk about it. We can discuss it. We can discuss why you're wrong. I'm just playing. Subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video with all of your friends so they can discuss this episode with us. If you want to follow me on anything other than YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, all linked down below. With all of that being said, I am the Average Gamer Shawn, and I am